What's going on, guys? I'm back to show off some of the newer shit in my collection. I think the oldest thing I'm going to talk about today is just a couple months old into the collection, so it's all relatively new shit. But as always, hopefully you guys find something that you get some enjoyment out of. I'm not going to ramble too much today because it's really not much to talk about. Here's what we're listening to. So in the last video, I ended the video with a song from this band. Not something from this album, actually a brand new song from an upcoming album. But I had a couple people message me asking what it was because they liked it. So this is the same band. This is The Violent Youth. This band is from Belarus. Just really sort of fun, kind of dark wave type stuff. Maybe post-punk would be a better descriptor. I actually started with side B because that's just where the tape ended. The last time I played it, I just listened to side A, I guess. But the first song on this one, which is called, fuck, I don't know. I'm not even gonna try. Fucking awesome. I really love this band, and I've talked with the one of the guys behind this band a couple times through Instagram, so yeah, really good stuff. I'll put the Bandcamp link and everything in the description. Let's start off with some sort of avant-garde black metal, I guess. And maybe calling it black metal is not accurate. Maybe Black Death would be a better descriptor for this. But you know, when I say Black Death, my mind automatically goes to the sort of like war metal type. This is nothing like that. Maybe some of you guys have heard this one. This is Issac Trillahem with Eternity of Shaug. I don't know if any of that's right. Issac Trillahem, maybe. I don't know, but this band is from France, and it's actually not really a band, it's just one guy. But this guy is a motherfucking machine at releasing full-length records. I think this was the 5th full-length album in 4 years. And the reason that that's so impressive is that there's just so many ideas packed into this fucking record. So, you know, the fact that there's been 4 other full-length albums, including one this year, and then another EP this year. This is just fantastic musicianship from front to back. Lots of like intricate sort of guitar work. Some really nice piano and violin on here as well. Really nice melodies. Kind of like a pretty colorful atmosphere. And you know, just the guitar work and specifically is just pretty intricate. Very nice. And the vocals are fantastic. The sort of deep growly vocals are kind of par for the course, growly vocals. The high retched vocals are fucking bizarre. And it's kind of a shame that I haven't seen more people talking about this one. I've seen it around, especially on Instagram and stuff. But just in general, I feel like this doesn't get the love it probably deserves. And maybe that's just because this is a relatively new project, and they do put out full-length albums pretty often, so that is kind of intimidating when you come into a new project and there's already a bunch of shit out. Yeah. I do not think that this camera angle works with the lighting, so holy shit. Let's try. I feel like that's probably better. Yeah, let's do this. So let me show you what this looks like. I fucking love the album cover. I guess that's supposed to be Shaug, S-H-A-O-G, Shaug? I don't know. I think that's him. There's the back cover there. That's the band's logo. Which is cool. This was put out through Void Hanger Records, and this is a 2021 repress of this, but you can see it's nice and glossy. There's the man behind the project right there. Oh god, yeah, his name is Asfagul. And it says he does guitars, bass, drums, synths, violins, pianos, cantelli, and throat. I don't know what a cantelli is, but that's probably not how you say it. It's K-A-N-T-E-L-E, cantelli? I don't know. You have all the lyrics on the other side, and the lyrics are in English. I actually tried following along the lyrics, not on this one, but on the newer album. And I remember it being like fucking hard to sort of follow along. I don't know if that's just, you know, me, or if that's maybe maybe there's like a really thick accent or something that makes it kind of hard to follow along. I don't know. This is a double LP, because this is quite a long album. I think it's over an hour long. And it's actually really nice. I don't remember, I think the first press of this one was orange. Maybe it was just red, but I think it was orange. But this is the repress from this year. Orange, red, swirl. I don't think there was a limitation specified anywhere, but both the records look like this, so I'm not gonna pull the other one out. But yeah, man, extremely captivating from start to finish. Lots of texture and little details just throughout the record that make it really, really entertaining and just interesting from start to finish. So yeah, I'm curious to see what this band does next, project does next, and I would like to go back and get some of the earlier records as well, because I only have this one and the newest one as of right now. So check it out if that sounds like it might be up your alley. That's Issac Trillahem with Eternity of Shaug. Alright, moving on. This is a Death Cult release. And actually I think Death Cult just renamed itself to Death Prayer Records. I think. Anyway. Alright, so this is a UK-based band. And I don't know that this project is just done. Though this is the one and only release, and it's a couple years old at this point, though I'm not certain what year it came out. I want to say 2019. No? Maybe 2018. It's one of those 2 years. But I'm talking about Plaguehurst with Communionum. So yeah, like I said, UK based, and this is the one and only release from this band so far. And I don't remember why, but I was talking to the guy behind Death Cult on Instagram about this months ago, and he said that this one had like a very sort of mixed response. A lot of people really not liking it, which to me is baffling, because like I really, really enjoy this. From what I remember, I think he said it was like a production thing. To me, the production did not stand out as being like I don't know, a downside by any means. I mean, it's like raw black metal. But yeah, there's some pretty lo-fi production quality on this regardless. Lots of sort of like unorthodox, off-kilter riffs on this one, which for me is only a good thing, because it makes it stand out as something different while, you know, still having that super lo-fi gritty feel to it. And at times here, I feel like this one's got a pretty strong like Revenant Marquee feel to it. Especially in the vocals, and I like, for me, really, there's nothing to complain about here. I dig it. So there's the album cover there. It's just a guy with fucking hydrocephaly with his corpse paint on. I'm glad he's putting himself out there though, how brave. There's the back cover right there, just like a little altar with a couple dudes here. There's the Plaguehurst logo there, and like I said, this is put through Death Cult. All the track listing, I think this is 220 copies if I'm not mistaken. Inner sheet, another picture of that same like altar with the cloaked figures. Very, very cool. And you do have all the lyrics on the other side. This also includes a poster, and the poster is just those same two guys with the Plaguehurst logo. Very cool. And finally, the vinyl itself. I don't know if there were options for this. I got the white vinyl, which could have been the only variant that was pressed. And there's our friend there again on the B-side. But, or A-side probably. Fuck. I don't know. Nah, B-side. That's the B-side. Yeah, so I actually really like the album cover, by the way. I think it's cool. He kind of does look like a frog with makeup on, or maybe like a salamander. I don't know. Shouldn't make fun of people's deformities though, because this is a family program, and just in general that ain't Christian. So in conclusion, this is great. I don't really know why anybody who likes raw black metal would not like this, I guess. But I don't know, maybe some people probably are just turned off by the album cover or whatever, because that's what I got a lot of when I posted a shot of this on Instagram a while back, and a couple of the comments kind of pointed out that the album cover was a bit of a turn off. But I dig it. Hopefully you guys like what you hear in the song clip. And yeah, man, check it out. That's Plaguehurst with Communionum. Alright, moving on. This is a new album from a band that I kind of thought was sort of defunct at this point. And again, I think I fucked it up with everything we've talked about so far. I don't really know that this is considered a band as much as just like a one-man project. But I'm talking about this. This is Chaton with Earth. So this kind of came out of the blue this year. At least for me, I didn't know it was happening until I saw it up. And I actually saw this up for sale when I was in Alaska. It was up for sale through Indifferent Nightmare. And man, I tried a few different times and it would not let me buy the record. I tried with multiple PayPal accounts and shit, and it would just not ever load. Even when everything else was loading. So it was really weird. I don't know if it was a PayPal issue or whatever. But I ended up just getting it through, Expansion Abyss, maybe? Maybe it might have been Discogs. I don't remember. But Go to Warx just put this out this year along with a, like a demo compilation or something from Chaton, which I also have. What the hell's that one called? I don't remember. But yeah, man, this is great. Like, a little bit more sort of like psychedelic than I remember Way of the Wolf being, which is kind of like the staple release from this band that I remember, which is a great record even to this day. Even though that, you know, it came out 5 years ago now, and, you know, the initial excitement around that record has kind of gone away. And even then it was very polarizing when it first came out, because Chaton is not like a conventional sort of black metal band. Like on this, there are moments here that feel very black metal. But, you know, even then it always sort of finds a way to retreat back to the more like psychedelic stuff. And it's not like overly psychedelic. I just don't really know how to describe what kind of music this is, but a lot of it has that sort of feel to it. You know, the vocals are very weird, definitely like imperfect, sort of gloomy singing vocals. They're, again, very polarizing. I know a lot of people don't like the Chaton vocals. I happen to think it works well with the sound of the music, but again, I get it. So there was an album that came out in 2017 called Footprint, which I never actually played until this year. It totally went just, you know, under my radar, and I never actually heard it. But I played it this year. I liked it. There was never a vinyl press for that one, which is weird. But yeah, so this is the first release since that, and I like it, man. The pressing is nice quality too. The album cover is cool. It fits pretty nicely with the sound and the sort of themes here. And as always, we Go to Warx, you get the fucking Obi strip. There's the back cover there. I like the red foil on the logo and shit. All the track listing, like I said, Go to Warx. There's the inside there. 2 separate pictures. Might be the same guy. I honestly don't know. And the vinyl itself is this nice blue color. I think they called it like dreamy blue or something. So if you like sort of psychedelic influenced black metal leaning music and you think you might be able to get past some sort of weird funky vocals, then give it a whirl, man. That's Chaton with Earth. Alright, moving on. This is actually another one-man project. Had I given it a bit of thought, I probably could have just made a block of one-man projects. This is something, I'm pretty late to the party on this one. And this project is actually, as of this year, dead. And it's kind of a shame, but at the same time, there was a pretty big discography built under this project's name. And I still haven't heard it all. You know, I'm working my way through it. slowly but surely. I have a couple of the records. I have this one and I have the brand new one from this year, which is also up there with my favorite stuff I've heard this year. This is Witch's Moon with a swing of sickle to summer's dawn. This is the debut full-length album from this project from back in 2017. And this is actually a 2019 repress of this one. Yeah, it's a North Carolina based project and this is so fucking good. I've kind of sort of helped a few people along in finding this, and everybody who I've talked with this about fucking loves it. But you know, the heavy keys and, you know, like ambient qualities here really push this over the top for me, at least. But yeah, there are some like sort of folky moments here and there. The vocals are very sharp and high-pitched, and you know, just in general, it's a very just kind of standout, unique sort of black metal album. But yeah, I mean, I don't know, like, if you don't like this sort of, you know, like synthy black metal with a bunch of keys and shit like that, then you might not like this. But I think it's fantastic. I like the album cover that was chosen here, though this isn't the original. I think that up there, I think this is the original album cover for this. And it's weird because I bought this through Discogs, got a pretty good, you know, price for it. And I always thought, like when I saw people post this one, I always thought that this was an Obi strip, and it ain't. It's just the fucking album cover. But yeah, there's the back cover there. This was put out through His Wounds. And this is a repress of this one, limited to 149 copies. The vinyl itself is just black, but it does come with a little like fold out lyric booklet here. So it's like this. Yeah, just some lyrics, very cool. There's lots of really nice melodies on this one. I'm really into this. And the new album, Forever Morning Star, like I said, is one of my favorite things that's come out this year. Which I seriously recommend. If you haven't heard that, definitely go and play it. It's fucking great. Asfarar did the vinyl press of that one, and it might be relatively accessible still. Yeah, I have it. I considered talking about it in place of this, but whatever. Great shit. Hopefully you guys like it. That's Witch's Moon with Swing of Sickle to Summer's Dawn. Moving on. In the last video, I talked about some like dungeon synth type shit, and I figured I would talk more about dungeon synth right now. This is a little bit further from what I feel like I like with dungeon synth, but I do like some of what's on here quite a bit. This is Pumpkin Witch with the Final Strike of the Pumpkin Witch. So I guess this is a sort of swan song for this project. There was 3 full-length albums, and all of them have Pumpkin Witch in the title. I have 2 of them. There's like Frightful Gaze of the Pumpkin Witch is the other one that I have. I just chose to talk about this one because like the pressing is pretty nice. But yeah, this is the final full-length record from 2019. And all 3 of the records were released within the span of 3 years. So 2017, 18, and this one from 2019. What I don't like about this is that this, at parts, leans pretty heavily into like, kind of like power electronics or like harsh noise elements, which I don't like. I don't like the feedback sound, but I do like sort of everything that's happening behind that. And not all of it is like that, but it's, you know, it's very spooky, sort of atmospheric, kind of Halloween themed dungeon synth. I like the album cover, despite it being like a 3rd grader's, you know, idea of a pumpkin witch. But the back cover is quite nice. Limited to 300 copies. Put out through Death Bomb Arc, who you can find on Instagram. Keep up with that shit there. This is where I got this too. Yeah, the presentation here is really nice all the way around. It's a gatefold. Could be 3 separate members here. It could just be 1 person. Again, it's kind of anonymous. At least anonymous to me. And if you look on Discogs, it says it's an anonymous dungeon synth project. But I like the disgraced scientist. I like that. And cool picture on the other side. This is a double LP. The labels are identical on all 4 sides. I think I mentioned it, 300 copies if not. But they're all on green vinyl, which is very cool. So yeah, I bought this because I like some of what's on here. Don't like all of what's on here, but you know, it's fine. It wasn't super expensive or anything. Glad to have it regardless, and you know, with Halloween rolling around, stuff like this has been in heavier rotation than normal, so you know, I still have played this a few times despite not loving everything about it. So good shit. Check it out. That's Pumpkin Witch with Final Strike of the Pumpkin Witch. Alright, let's talk about some motherfucking gore grind. This is a genre that I am generally kind of put off by, just because like I'd be lying to myself if I said it doesn't kind of all start to sound the same really quickly. You know, there are a few exceptions, of course, but this is some pretty heavily like Carcass influenced kind of gore grind. This is Pharmacist with medical renditions of grinding decomposition. I had been seeing this album cover around this year and last year, and I was just interested because I fucking love the album cover, but I was kind of expecting to play it and it'd just be like really short songs that sound the same by song 5 or 6. You're just kind of like, all right, moving on. But no, not at all. First of all, this is a good example of like kind of like long form gore grind. Like the songs here are all around like 4 minutes long, or at least there are 4-minute plus songs on here, and it's not like, it's very like chunky, like the riffs are very chunky, and I fucking love that. There's plenty of like time where you can kind of just not help but nod along because it gets groovy. The vocals sound like a fucking crocodile, which I absolutely adore. And you know, just in general, there's not much to complain about here for me. There is a song on here, and I can't remember which one it is, but I'll try and find it for the song clip. Now, I don't know this album well enough to know like the song titles, especially when the song titles are like those early Carcass song titles, but it's somewhere in the middle of the album. There's a riff that kicks in that is, it sounds identical to something that Carcass would have done on the like 2nd or 3rd album. Absolutely fantastic. Regardless, here's the album cover. Again, it's all very Carcass influenced, obviously, but just the collage of like gross, decomposed body parts and shit. The band logo is nuts, right along with the rest of it. This is put out through Nuclear Abominations. I got mine through Meteor Gym here in the States, because this is a Japanese band, which I don't think I mentioned, and this is the first and only full-length album so far. But I like the very simple back cover. This is a repress of this one on black vinyl. The first press could have been available on black vinyl as well, but there was a yellow version, which fits obviously perfectly with the yellow label and the album cover. But this one's black, and sticking firmly to the theme, we have more sort of death collage art. Yeah, man, it's fucking nuts. I love this shit. This is great, and if you're into gore grind, or even if you're not into gore grind and you're into just chunky death metal riffs, give it a whirl, man. This shit's awesome. That's Pharmacist with medical renditions of grinding decomposition. Alright, had to do a quick fucking battery change, but we're back, and we're gonna finish this off with a 2021 full-length album from a band that is quite different than a lot of what I normally like within extreme metal. Because I think anybody who's been watching this channel for long enough knows that I am very, very picky about technical death metal. You know, it's super rare that I find a band within technical death metal that I really truly enjoy. Like some of it I can't fucking stand. But you know, every now and then I find something that balances the sort of technical shit, you know, against like nice melodies and, you know, just good song composition. And I think that this band does it fucking perfectly. This is Inferi with Vile Genesis. So immediately, this might, just the way it looks, it might be a turnoff to a lot of people who are picky about their death metal. And I get it. I happen to really, really like this album cover, and I like the band logo and everything. But just in general, when you look at this, maybe part of you, like it would normally me, just say like, probably not my thing. And you know, if I didn't already know that I liked Inferi, I might have done it with this too. And again, I like the look of this and everything, but I just know a lot of bands that have this sort of look. You know, it doesn't always work for me. I happen to, like I said, I already knew that I liked Inferi because their last album, which I think was called Revenant, but there was a song on there with Trevor from the Black Dahlia Murder doing guest vocals, which is why I went and first listened to this band. And I was blown the fuck away. I loved it. I loved everything about it. The instrumentation was fantastic. The lyrics were fucking incredible. The vocal performance, just great. Like, there was literally no downsides. And there was actually an album that came out the year after Revenant, 2019, that I didn't even know fucking happened. I never saw it. Like you know, I don't know if maybe I followed the band on like Facebook and shit after that album. I don't know, but you know, when this album came out, there was or when it was announced, you know, I was kind of seeing it everywhere. And I listened to the first song, which was called, man, what was the first song they put out? I don't know, it might have been Mesmeric Horror, or Maelstrom Prison, I don't know. I feel like it started with an M, but maybe not. I played it, and fucking loved it. And then, you know, I played it again when I could read the lyrics along with it, and you know, I just loved it even more. I really, really love the alternating high-low vocal style that's on here, and the vocals just kind of remind me of like the Black Dahlia Murder vocals, which is an immediate fucking, you know, boon in my opinion. But yeah, man, I mean, this band is, I think this is the 6th full-length album now. And they've been active for the last decade, but there was a hiatus at one point. I mean, they formed like back in 2006 or something, which is pretty crazy for me because like I was heavy into this shit over a decade ago, and you know, I don't feel like I remember this band, but maybe I knew this band a while, you know, fucking ages ago, who knows. But yeah, man, fucking great. The presentation here is also just awesome. Like I said, I love the album cover. Really, really, really cool. Their logo is nice as well. This is put out through the Artisan era. You have all the song titles on the back. Super thick spine, and that's just, this is a triple gatefold. More like additional art right there. But you also have all the lyrics. Really, really nice presentation on this thing. The vinyl itself, there was actually a few different variants. I almost bought one variant of it, decided to hold off because I knew the Artisan era would be getting more. So I just kind of waited to see what would, you know, what else would be there. So there's the inner sleeve there, and this is called the Sleepwalker variant, which is limited to 200 copies, which is gorgeous. Really, really nice, man. Very cool. And if you like the idea of an album that is packed to the fucking gills with great lyrics, fantastic vocals, fantastic instrumentation, lots of really good melodies, like you can't go wrong. Fucking dig it. This is up there with some of my favorite stuff I've heard this year. So if you're not completely turned off by technical death metal, give it a whirl. That's Inferi with Vile Genesis. That's it. Fuck, man. That was a gauntlet for me as well as it was for you. So, yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this shit. And as always, hopefully you guys found something that you go on to, you know, further investigate and enjoy. That's the point. Again, Violent Youth, Bandcamp link down in the description. Check it out. But as always, thanks for sticking around, and we will talk soon. Later.